Okay. Hi everyone again. I would like to send you greetings from the usual Congress place from Faculty of Mechanical Engineering in Belgrade. Today I will be presenting you the paper with title PM Emissions from Newly Built Wood Chips Combustion Plants, Case Study Serbia. The authors are Marko Obradović, Nikola Karličić, Dušan Todorović, Dejan Radić, and Aleksandar Jovović. So this won't be a classic scientific paper, rather it will be a review on the most recent measurements regarding various pollutants emissions, besides among them PM emissions that our accredited laboratory for process engineering and energy efficiency and environmental protection conducted. Also, this will be a little promotion of our activities. And as you see in this picture, this is my colleague Dušan Todorović his paper was second in this session. So there is an evident increase in air pollution in recent years, and the dominant sources of air pollution in urban and rural areas during the heating season are dominantly small individual appliances. So in recent years, new combustion plants have been built in several places in Serbia which use biomass as fuel or wood chips. These plants were built in order to replace multiple existing low-rank coal combustion plants, combining them into one combustion plant. Measurements of PM emissions were conducted within acceptance tests of boilers which use wood chips biomass as fuel according to reference standards EN 12953-11, ISO standard 1996, and EN standard 13284-1. All examined boilers were made by the same manufacturer, with the only difference in nominal heat output, which was in range 450 to 1500 kilowatts. Every boiler was equipped with multi-cyclone dust collector for PM emissions reduction, except one boiler of 1500 kilowatts, which utilized also ESP for this purpose. Measurements were long-lasting and very exhausting, but on the other hand, very tempting and interesting. Of course, there was always a little time for a good view from the rooftop of boiler rooms or from the high chimney platforms. 8 newly built wood chip combustion plants located in Mionica, Priboj, Surdulica, Despotovac, Svilajnac, Osečina, and Loznica underwent acceptance test, and this paper will give a short review of all emissions. Among them will be shown PM emissions measurements. So besides PM emissions, this paper gives net calorific values, gross calorific values, nominal heat outputs, useful heat outputs, fuel consumption, and PM emissions on dry bases and on reference condition. Also, this paper gives proximate and ultimate analysis of fuel and is presented for every considered boiler and in every considered boiler room. Net calorific values for all biomass fuels were between 10 and 14,000 kilojoules per kilogram, and with an average value of about 12,000 kilojoules per kilogram. Average value of moisture content in fuel was about 30%, and the most important for today's meeting, all PM values were between 17 and 137 milligrams per cubic meter. Average value of PM emissions was about 90 milligrams per cubic meter. Also, all values were under manufacturer guaranteed values, except one boiler that didn't pass the acceptance test, and this is the boiler that had PM concentration of 137 milligrams per cubic meter. In the meantime, while preparing for this Congress, 2 more combustion plants underwent acceptance tests, and a few more are in plan to be in the same procedure. In hope of cleaner air this time next year. Thank you very much for your attention.